just the words, "Watch this before the world does." Her face sank when she played the video. Hurt, confusion, then comes rage. Yandy, Mendeecees, what have you done? Translation, Mona's private studio. Night Mona paced. Her empire was founded on other people's scandals, not her own. For years, she had directed every tale and edited every frame. But this time, she made the headlines. Her telephone rang. Kirk, voice cold, "You have 24 hours to reveal the truth, Mona, or I will." Non-Taiji, building pressure. Rashida posting a cryptic message. Trust no one. Cameras do not lie. Trey anxiously deletes backups, but it's too late. Mendeecees tries to call Yandy, who directs him to voicemail. Blogs are starting to buzz. Love and hip-hop producer caught in private moment. Mona watched as everything spiraled out of her grasp. Anti confessional room. Mona records ANHESSAG for the first time. Mona takes the hot seat. There's no script. There's no crew. It's just her and the truth. Mona, to the camera. "I've established a legacy by catching everyone else's trash. I never imagined I'd be the one trapped in it. Perhaps it's time to accept responsibility for my role in this situation." The set lights remained on, giving a soothing glow over the now quiet stage. Although production had ended for the day, murmurs persisted in the background, indicating that something significant was developing. Mona Scott, a powerful executive producer, moved confidently across the studio floor. There was strain beneath her eyes. The air surrounding her was thick with rumor, and although no one stated it outright, everyone sensed something weird was going on. Cameramen had begun to notice something. Late-night visits, closed-door discussions, and glances exchanged between Mona and two of the show's most prominent male actors, Kirk Frost and Mendeecees Harris. INT. Green Room. Earlier that day, Kirk Frost reclined on a comfortable couch browsing through his phone's messages. His expression was stone cold. He had just discovered something that may rock the program. Kirk, to himself, "Does Mona really believe I won't find out?" Rashida stepped in, catching the last words. "Rashida, find out what?" Kirk halted. He adored Rashida, but he was also aware that the world of reality television could corrupt the truth quicker than the camera could move. Kirk said, "Nothing, just something about the show's schedule." But Rashida didn't buy it. She'd gone through too much with Kirk to dismiss the warnings. There was something going on. XT. Parking LT. Late night, a black SUV drove up behind the studio lot. Mendeecees came out with a sweatshirt and sunglasses, despite the fact that it was dark. He glanced around cautiously before entering via the side entrance. Unbeknownst to him, Trey, a junior camera assistant, was still inside arranging memory cards. Trey crouched behind a shelf, holding his breath as the door shut behind Mendeecees. Trey whispers to himself, "What is he doing here this late? And why come through the side?" Trey knew he shouldn't have the camera running, but instinct took over. He turned on the little handheld equipment and began recording quietly through a gap in the wall. INT. Executive Lounge. Moments later, Mona Scott was pouring herself a glass of sparkling water. She turned and smiled as Mendeecees arrived. "Mona, you are early." Mendeecees said, "I couldn't wait any longer." "You understand how hazardous this is, right?" Mona peered over her shoulder. Mona says, "I control this show. It's perilous to let emotions destroy the empire we've established." Their statement hint less than anybody on. Mendeecees took a touching her hand momentarily. The tension in the room. Meanwhile, continued to record, jaw dropped. INT. Kirk and Rashida's house. The next day, Kirk couldn't sleep. Something within him told him Mona was concealing more than she revealed. His instincts as a producer and a man were raging. Kirk to Rashida, "Do you ever get the impression we're being played, even off camera?" Rashida says, "Every day." They had a chuckle. When it didn't last. Kirk's phone vibrated. A message. Unknown number. One video is attached. It was the footage Trey had taken. Trey's shaky footage saw Mendeecees entering the club. The soft audio captured important words. Mona. Emotions ruined the empire. Kirk's eyes narrowed. He saw Mendeecees touching Mona's hand. Kirk muttering, "So that's what this is." Rashida leans forward. "Rashida? Who sent this?" "Kirk, I have no clue. However, whomever is responsible has made significant changes." T. Love and Hip Hop Production Office. Same day, Mona was in her office, going over fresh narrative concepts. Her helper knocked. "Assistant, you've received the delivery." A flash disc in a sealed package. No name. There's no sender. Mona inserted it into her laptop. This was the same video. Her breath caught. She slammed her laptop closed. Someone was watching and, perhaps worse, filming. T. Yandy Smith's house. Same time Yandy, Mendeecees' wife, was scrolling through fan tweets when her phone vibrated. An acquaintance in the business had sent the video. There is no background, just the words, "Watch this before the world does." Her face sank when she played the video. Hurt, confusion, then comes rage. Yandy, Mendeecees, what have you done? T. Mona's private studio. Night Mona paced. Her empire was founded on other people's scandals, not her own. For years, she had directed every tale and edited every frame. But this time, she made the headlines. Her telephone rang. Kirk, voice cold, "You have 24 hours to reveal the truth, Mona, or I will." Non-Taiji, building pressure. Rashida posting a cryptic message. "Trust no one. Cameras do not lie." Trey anxiously deletes backups. But it's too late. Mendeecees tries to call Yandy, who directs him to voicemail. Blogs are starting to buzz. Love and Hip Hop producer caught in private moment. Mona watched as everything spiraled out of her grasp. T. Confessional room. Mona records a message. For the first time, Mona takes the hot seat. There's no script. There's no crew. It's just her and the truth. Mona to camera. "I've made a name for myself by photographing other people's messes. I never imagined I'd be the one trapped in it. Perhaps it's time to accept responsibility for my role in the situation." The peaceful hum of editing machines permeated the room, yet the mood was strained. Trey sat uneasily in the back, watching the editors go through hours of episode. He could not talk, but his Trey, internal monologue. "I never intended to start a war, but how can shadows?" Suddenly, the door sprang open. Mona Scott, clearly anxious, entered with two producers. Her expression was unreadable. "Mona, I'd want to know who released the film." "Right now." No one responded. Trey kept his head down, his heart hammering. T. Kirk and Rashida's home. Living room. Day. Kirk Frost paced the floor while clutching his phone firmly. Rashida observed him with her arms folded, attempting to remain calm. "Rashida, what are your plans, Kirk? You told her she had 24 hours. It was yesterday night." "Kirk, I understand, but Mona hasn't said anything publicly. That suggests she is delaying. She is afraid." "Rashida, that's good. She should be. She experimented with fire, and now it's destroying everything." The conflict between them was more than simply around Mona. It was about trust, treachery, and the consequences of remaining quiet. T. Yandy sat in bed, her laptop open. She had seen the video many times. Each time, her face darkened. Mendeecees came in hesitantly. "Mendeecees, can we discuss Yandy?" Yandy, "Oh, now you want to speak." Mendeecees, "It was not as it seemed." Yandy, cutting him off, "I've been with you through everything. But this, with Mona?" He attempted to explain, but her eyes were filled with sorrow. "Yandy, it's not only what he did, it is about what you let to happen." Antique. Mona's office. Night. Mona sat at her desk alone. Posters for all of the programs she had developed hung on the wall behind her. She established empires on secrecy, but now hers was disintegrating. She picked up the phone and contacted Chrissy Lampkin, who she had avoided for years. Mona says, "I need to chat. Off the record." Auntie. Sheikh Riasavwai's condo. Later that night, Chrissy Lampkin answered the door, astonished yet unfazed. "Chrissy, oh well, you finally arrived without a camera crew." Mona walked inside. "Mona, I botched up." Assistants. They sat on the sofa and Mona opened up. "Mona, I never intended to get engaged with Kirk or Mendeecees, but the lines blurred. I believe I could control the story as I usually did." Chrissy. "This time you became the story." Mona nodded in defeat. Chrissy. "So what are you going to do now?" Mona. "Not sure. But quiet will not help me this time." Auntie. Bloggers and influencers were buzzing at the blog headquarters, Hollywood T-Zone Day. The leaked film had traveled quickly. Headlines blared everywhere. Mona Skiltik involving UWA to love and happy men. RSHEDA and UINDY caught in crosshairs of producer love triangle. Insiders say this might be the end of the franchise. Auntie. Star Hilalogu Channel. Digital studio. Day, an online presenter leaned toward the camera. Host. Viewers have been begging, and we have the tea. New footage has surfaced of Mona Scott having emotional chats with Kirk and Mendeecees. What's the actual question? Who else knew? So, what does this signify for love and hip-hop's future? Even if it is ambiguous. Recognize the rumors while maintaining control of the tone. Mona, no. I am done hiding. If this tale airs, I'll be the one to tell it. Auntie. Kirk's studio. Same time Kirk sat in front of his microphone to record a podcast. Kirk. They claim reality TV is false. However, the most convincing aspect of a fake is how genuine it seems. I allowed myself to be played. I saw things I should not have ignored, but now I